And there we have it. Welcome to the Baxter Effect Podcast. Your host, John Baxter, and I'm coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. We have an exciting talk today. And the talk we have today is about the molecular revolution. So many people have been interested in this term that really means pretty much the body is a molecular system, and technology that we have today is along the lines of a molecular technology. So we're going to cover this and many other topics today, and it's going to be an exciting talk. So if you've never been here, this is the Baxter Effect Podcast. Your host, John Baxter. And if you can share, comment, subscribe, it really helps because we're educating and informing the public on so many different things, and a conveyor of real truth and how to find real truth is something that's hard and difficult to find in these days. There is more misinformation out there accredited to real information than there is real information that's correct. So, we have to use our common sense, and we have to realize that our media is taken over by misinformation. A lot of our social media is also enabling us to take in a lot of misinformation in the age of basically information. And that's where we're coming to you. So that's why we're talking about the molecular revolution today and how it's so important. So what we're going to talk about with this molecular revolution is the future of wellness and healthcare technology. This is not science fiction. This is not hype. Real technologies involving molecular biology, hydrogen, oxygen, grounding, frequency, vibration, and cellular communication. So you ask yourself, what if age is not just time? What if age actually is the slow loss of energy, oxygen, electrical efficiency, hydration, mitochondrial performance and function, cellular communication, and adaptability? That literally changes everything. So in this molecular age, which is just another scientific term that people are using, and that's why I've got to explain it today. It's like what does molecular mean in this molecular age of technology? Well, you think about it, molecules are the foundation and the building blocks of all life. So when we're talking about inhalation of oxygen through our hyperbaric chamber or one of our oxygen generators, oxygen in itself is molecular. So it's a file format that reads very well. We put a natural oxygen molecule in the body, in our molecular body. It responds very well. It's a file format easily read versus a man-made foreign substance that the body doesn't understand in the sense that is even molecular, but the code and the reading of that is not perfect. So we talk about water. It's perfectly structured. A lot of the water that is out there, of course, water is molecular in structure, but is it what type of water, right? How well is the water that you're ingesting giving you actual hydration? How well is the molecular structure of your water assisting your overall biology? These are some of the questions today. So a lot of people don't know this, but even your hormones are molecular. So if you're having struggles with your hormones, for men, this could be testosterone. And for some of us, this could be, we need our hormones to function at a higher level. Maybe some of us are in a menopause stage. So hormones play a significant role in the overall molecular structure of the body. And that's another topic that we're going to cover today. Our neurotransmitters are molecular. And this electrical body, it is molecular as well. So Cells communicate through molecular signaling, just like fiber optics, constantly. I tell my brain to lift my hand, and it does it through signaling. So let's try to get that straight today. And if this is your first time joining, check out our YouTube page, Real John Baxter, our company and brand Anti-Aging Bed, or our manufacturing side of our company called Backstar.co. These are some of the places where you can find out how we were able to be the top technology company in the world for wellness, with over 100 technologies, and being a pioneer of the MedBed system, the longevity circuit, the longevity diet. We have multiple books, of course. If you want to learn more about how we got here, the MedBed story, it took me 10 years to write, is my first book. Started in 2011, and we published it in 2021. The MedBed story, along with 333 benefits of grounding, a book that just came out last year, and how we originated the MedBed. So if that interests you, type in free book below. We'll send you a free copy of the book, and it'll be a digital version, of course. But this will help you, bring you up to speed on, some of the things we work on. So I ask you this question: why is molecular technology different? Well, traditional systems, as you know, the current healthcare system just focuses on symptoms, after a breakdown of situation. And that mentality will never get to the root cause issue. So when we talk about molecular wellness, we're talking about how oxygen is delivered and the efficiency of that oxygen. We're talking about hydration at the level of how well are you hydrating. You're talking about cellular communication. A lot of our chronic diseases are caused by cellular impairment, meaning your cell is not working 100%. And of course, mitochondrial function. Is your cell performing at an optimal potential, or is your cell not engaged? So as we can see, there could be not only some dysregulation in the system. What we're talking about today is that molecular wellness will even help regulate your nervous system. So you can be taking your survival mode, like most of us are dealing with today, and bringing it into a parasympathetic mode with molecular technology in this molecular revolution that's going on today. The goal is to optimize the environment before any breakdown happens in this realm of health technology, because what we're talking about with the future of wellness is changing, per se, just the environment, the types of food we eat, the level of oxygen you're inhaling, the type of light therapy you're utilizing, the ability for your body to detox quicker and faster. These are some of the things that when you really break down the future of wellness, you realize we're optimizing the environment so that the body optimizes itself and works at a much higher potential. So you've heard me say this 1,000 times, and I regurgitate it because it's true. Your body is electrical. Body's more electrical than it is even water. And that means your heartbeat is an electrical synapse. Every nerve signal is electrical. Every thought you have is electrical. Every cell membrane runs on electrical gradients. Think of basically almost the difference between a fiber optic machine, light, and a electrical cord. Modern humanity, as we know and that I keep talking about, is so disconnected. Like I said at the beginning of the call, in the show, that misinformation is the norm. People run around talking like they know truth, but they're giving misinformation. People run around thinking they know everything, but they're regurgitating misinformation. So who's right, who's wrong? I can tell you, your personal truth is all that matters. As long as you study the pros and cons and you look at both sides at an unbiased level, you'll get to the finish line with this behavior. And that is another reason why humanity is so disconnected. We're disconnected from Earth. We're no longer being grounded. We're disconnected from sunlight. We're spending less time outdoors. We're disconnected from the movement within our bodies because a lot of us are not moving our lymphatic system and getting out and moving this body to break off stagnation. We're losing range of motion because we're not moving. A lot of us are lacking in minerals, and we're lacking just getting out into the natural environment. So as a result, like you think about it, fatigue, stress, poor sleep, inflammation, low energy, these are just common results from being disconnected in the common era. But I can tell you this, Nikola Tesla, and you guys will love this, Nikola Tesla always said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that goes within yourself. That goes within your environment. And that goes outside of your environment. So when he said that quote, it's a quote that you should really take seriously. Because we're in the era that we're in with AI and the information age, along with this molecular revolution, we understand the physical matter at this point. We understand the five senses, per se. But the evolution of humanity has come to the place where we need to know our sixth sense. We need to know more than just what we were told about this physical reality. So just to help you understand, everything vibrates. Everything is frequency. This piece of paper, this book, this light, this piece of plastic, this couch, it's all frequency. It's just you have human eyes, but change the lens for a moment. Other animals see this world differently. Dogs see the world in black or white. Bees see the world in frequency. We only perceive what we see because of what we could see as, per se, being a human being. But atoms vibrate. Molecules vibrate. Sound vibrates, even if you can't understand it with your own human two eyes. Your heart vibrates. Your brain vibrates. Your nervous system also. There's a biorhythm. It vibrates as well. And so some of the technology we'll talk about today, and I'll keep it short or try to keep it short, but we offer molecular hydrogen. We offer molecular oxygen. We offer the change in the environment that you're hoping someone would have offered. We did this so far ahead of most people that you're seeing people utilize this technology just now. We've had these technologies for many years, but the term molecular revolution is just another word for the technologies of the future, the way the body works. And so hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the universe. It can sift through the body. It can hydrate you. And when it comes to crossing the cellular membrane and penetrate your mitochondria, of course, oxygen what we're talking about here, hydrogen, does such a great job. And so if we're ever going to get this body back online, I don't care how much damage you've done to yours or how much damage I've done to mine, how many toxins I've intaked, you're going to feel way different. You're going to feel way better breathing in molecular hydrogen, molecular oxygen. It's just because our body is designed in this natural environment. And if you can enhance it with this molecular technology, study has shown that it will reduce oxidative stress, report faster recovery, and cellular support. Another amazing molecular technology is grounding. It's the foundation of our company. It's the foundation of electrical medicine. It's the foundation to this electrical body, grounding. Humans once lived more connected electrically to the earth. Grounding technology attempts to reconnect the body to the earth's electrical grid. So we know what a levee is, right? In the levee system, you drive your ship up, they close the door behind you, and they sink the water. You open up the gate, and the boat goes out the other side. So what you're seeing there is how the body reacts once it becomes grounded. It passes through, and it becomes one with the electrical grid of the earth. I hope that makes sense. Because if I'm standing on a cement floor with rubber-soled shoes, and this lighting is hitting me, I've just increased my voltage. I've actually increased my inflammation. And as soon as I ground, guess what? This heat, this voltage, this extra inflammation and voltage from our 5G tower gets dissipated into the earth. And that is balancing your electrical grid with the earth's. And that is that potential. That's that negative potential that not only reduces inflammation, but it's molecular in understanding. The electrons from the earth absorb the body, and the extra voltage discharges to the earth, bringing your body into homeostasis. And that's a powerful molecular revolutionary technology. Maybe the most revolutionary technology in the molecular understanding of our body and technology. It was just thrown out with the bathwater. Could you think grounding would be so impactful? I knew it was, but I didn't know how impactful it was until I understood that frequency medicine of the future depends on grounding. So what's another molecular technology? Well, everything is frequency, light, sound, even music, brain waves, and even your heart rhythm. It works on a molecular level. We could become fascinated with frequency systems, vibration, sound therapy, harmonics, resonance, and vibroacoustic stimulation. All the technologies we offer already. It works on a molecular level. People have heard of peptides. Guess what? Even though most peptides, if not all, are man-made, but they work on the molecular level. So when I hear doctors, oh, you can't, molecular, oh, that's a doctor's term. It's like, well, realize they are so far behind, they don't even know what that term means. And they studied the body and biology, and they have very little understanding what molecular even means. That's the world we live in today. And peptides are no different. They communicate cell to cell, system to system on a molecular level. And so why am I bringing this up? Honestly, I've just seen this word being used so many times in health, and it's like, man, they use it for They use it for like, oh, molecular means something so interesting and advanced, but we were already there. We already lapped so many people with not only the understanding of molecular, but electrons. The body is electric. It's the same thing. If the body is mostly electric, the molecules within the body, they respond to electricity, voltage, discharging. And I got to say, like, our vision is a multifaceted vision, a multimodality molecular vision. And it doesn't mean one machine. We have close to 100 machines. And our anti-aging bed system, which includes our longevity circuit, our MedBed technologies, our longevity diet, our longevity supplements, it's an integrated wellness environment combining the grounding, the oxygen, the molecular hydrogen, the structured hydration, the far infrared, the per se same thing, photobiomodulation, the frequency systems that we offer, the vibration, the sound, the nervous system regulation. All the molecular revolution is already in our system. Are we that far ahead? I know I see a lot of people, they say, oh, I have this supplement right here, and it's a silver bullet. You don't need anything else. I mean, we've seen those people, right? I'm an inventor. I have 100 technologies. We've thought this through over and over and over again, each and every day. This is our practice. This is our life. This is our study. This is our passion. And when you see, like, why did you guys do all this? Because we wanted to figure out the truth. And we ran toward this truth for decades. And we realized the anti-aging bed system was already a molecular revolution decades ago. It's not a term that just used today and throw around to feel special. It's just that you just realize, like, that we educate and inform the public. That's what we do on truth, reality, data, science. Data doesn't lie, neither does a scoreboard, typically. What we see is that longevity isn't just one thing, guys. Longevity is an enhancement of a multimodality system. Includes circulation, oxygen, hydration, sleep, nervous system regulation and balance, mitochondrial efficiency and function, movement, recovery, adaptation. And when you see that, man, like, I talk a little bit unnormal to the average person, but the future of wellness, when we see it today, it is not simply a pharmaceutical drug. It is molecular. It is environmental. It is energetic, frequency-based. And the future of wellness is personal, just like your truth. So I would say, in today's episode, I would say maybe the future wellness is not forcing the body to do any healing, but the future wellness is in creating the environment where the body functions at its natural best. That is the vision behind what we do in the ecosystem that we created and the tens of thousands of customers we had. And so, with that being said, I urge you to come check us out. You can look at the link below, find the background information, the websites we have. If you are a skeptic, which we love skeptics were my helpful friend, because over the years, sometimes, of course, we all have things to learn, and I love to prove skeptics wrong. I don't care if you're the top medical doctor in the world. I'll prove you wrong. Because when we talk about this era in healthcare, we're talking about data. The data available now is more powerful than the data in the pharmaceutical industry. So if data doesn't lie and everything is scalable by data, which you can measure, monitor, and manage someone's symptoms and understand root cause, the era of the future wellness is now. And it's been now for a couple years. This is not just some type of far-fetched idea. We were indoctrinated into believing and trusting people that we shouldn't, including Fauci. Because was that even FDA approved? Was the vaccine even FDA approved? No, it wasn't. So you realize if we put all of our trust in not having our own knowledge, if we are not resourceful enough to have common sense, if we don't see the world, if we see the world as a biased situation, that's actually maybe a good thing, but we also need to use the much more difficult scientific method in taking in and evaluating information. So there is a scientific method in achieving truth, and it has to do with yourself. It has to do with you being a great researcher. It has to do with you having common sense and an understanding that you can achieve your highest human potential. And that's all I have today, guys. This is the Baxter Effect podcast. The sponsor is Anti-Aging Bed. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. And it's always helpful if you like, share, comment, subscribe, because there's plenty of information that you're going to be receiving. Not only do we have a lot of content, there's already been a lot of content out there that we've derived from our YouTube page, Facebook, Instagram. And if you want to know more, get more information, you can go to our website, antiagingbed.com, subscribe to our newsletter, and that's another way to get the free books. So I would say thank you guys so much. And until next time, this is the Baxter Effect Podcast. Your host, John Baxter. We've got a couple screens here today, guys, so trying something new. And I want you guys to all have a great day. And until next time, thank you guys so much.